Loknayak Jayaprakash Narayan, born on 11th October 1902 in Sanam, died on 8th October 1979 in Patna, in India. Loknayak Jayaprakash Narayan said, "My interest is not in the capture of power, but in the control of power by the people." Jayaprakash Narayan, popularly referred to as JP or Loknayak, was an Indian independence activist, theorist, socialist and political leader. He is also known as the hero of the Quit India movement, and he is remembered for leading the mid-1970s opposition against Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, for whose overthrow he had called for a total revolution. His biography, Jayaprakash, was written by his nationalist friend and an eminent writer of Hindi literature, Rambrish Benipuri. In 1999, he was posthumously awarded the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award, in recognition of his social work. Other awards include the Magsaysay Award for Public Service in 1965. Jayaprakash Narayan, during the British time, escaped from the jail, and that was the massive hunt for him by the Britishers, which shocked the Quit India movement that was going on during the Mahatma Gandhi's time. When Jayaprakash Narayan led the revolution, I was following in the school as a naughty boy. And in 1979, when the Janata Party came to power, and Jayaprakash Narayan decided that Morarji Desai should be the Prime Minister against Charan Singh, I got hooked up. And in the college time, there was two parties. One is the Communist Party led by the Students' Wing, which is very powerful, strong, and I had all my friends over there. Then there was the Students' Wing of the Congress, which was very powerful, not as powerful as the Students' Wing of the Communist Party. But I preferred against both and jumped to the Janata parties under Jayaprakash Narayan's Students' Wing. Yes, I was too much interested in Jayaprakash Narayan's thoughts, following him. I was also too much interested in Morarji Desai also that time. I liked Raj Narayan, who defeated, he was health minister who defeated Indira Gandhi. And of course, George Fernandez in the Baroda dynamite case, who after the emergency from the jail, he won the highest amount of votes after Morarji Desai. I was selected to stand for election. I stood for election. And my classmates were, two MLA's sons were my classmates. Of course, those MLAs belonged to the Communist Party. These two friends worked against me. I lost the election. It shocked me. Yes. And one of that boy, MLA's son, became the MP of India also. I do not want to name that. But that was my relationship with Loknayak Jayaprakash Narayan ji. And today when I saw it, I thought I should speak about it. Yes. A lot of fights. I think I lost the election because I was always surrounded with a huge amount of boys. Of course, fights erupts, and I am the one who leading and hitting and all those things. So I was like a gang leader in the college. So I was thinking my friends will help me in getting the votes. But when the results came, I lost. Of course, I have to lose because that Communist Party of India, their Students' Wing was very powerful as well as the Congress Party second. But as a new party, I wanted to taste, I wanted to show my power, not to grab the power. At the same time, I got an opportunity to understand the mind of the people around me. So one day, one big gangster called me and spoke to me. He was calling me with a lot of respect. That means, as a young boy, I was still very strong then fighting. He told me, Master Ji, uh, people you are using you as a knife. You are just a knife. They don't respect you. After using, they throw it out. Think about it. It shocked me. Oh, that pulled me out after I lost the election. I pulled back. Then I got an opportunity to join the yoga teachers training course from there. Very naughty life for me. Very aggressive life. Changed totally. Let us go back to Lok Naik. Jayaprakash Narayan said, my interest is not in the capture of power, but in the control of power by the people. Capture of power. My interest is not in the capture. Nobody should have the interest in the capture of the nature, capture of the truth, capture of the God, but in the control of the power by the people. When the control is there with your people, with your wife and your children, the deep intimate relationship which they have, the intimate relationship is very, very important. Yes. When they have that, when you remove that power, then you make them a nobody, then you lost the power too. The power, what is the power? The power of being close to be a lover. That was what Jayaprakash Narayan Ji was trying to tell. My interest not in the capture of power. Power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's why when Jawaharlal Nehru offered him a minister post, he never took it because power was not there. He was trying to find out after so many years of slavery. Let the people have the power, let them enjoy the power, let the leader and the people be in deep intimate relationship together, yin and the yang, husband and wife can create a beauty. Yes, being in nature, being in love with the people is being in love with the nature, and the people and the leader together they can create a beautiful society. When that link has been disconnected, yes, and it kind of disconnected. Yes, when you threw the invaders out, invaders kept on poisoning the leaders with money and style and everything, and they became another kind of, they are acting like another kind of invader. This must have been the reason why Jayaprakash Narayan Ji said, but in the control of power by the people, when people have the control and the leaders feel they are the servants, and the police department feel they are the servants, the judges feel they are the servants of the people, not their masters. Only then wisdom can become knowledge. Only then there is freedom. Only then there is beauty. Only then there is God in this land. Otherwise, again, the same drama. It is again the only thing, the invaders came from outside. Now the invading army is from inside. Jayaprakash Narayan Ji fought. He said, my interest is not in the capture of power. That can be my reason also that I did not join the Communist Party, neither the Congress. I took a new path. That was the very first year when the Janata Party came to power, that students' union, I joined, yes. And the Communist Party students were very strong. They won't allow any kind of slogans inside the hall of the college. And I stood there, yes, we could stand there. I fought. They couldn't touch me. But one of the MLA's son came and told me, who was my classmate, he came and told me, I will not vote for you. I was shocked on the election day. He said, I will not vote for you. I kept quiet. Yes, they were all my friends together. We worked, but they were not standing for election. And I was a classmate. I knew it was not for power, because if it was for power, I could have taken the power which is already there. I took the new one. Deep in love, yes, I was in deep in love, Jayaprakash Narayan and Morarji Desai. Of course, George Fernandez, Rajnarayan's health minister. Yes, of course, all these are complicated things. Anyhow, that time, that young blood. But in the control of power by the people, when you allow your control of power, control of love by your own wife and children, control of power, control of love by your family, control of power by the joint family. Something went wrong with the joint family system, and it continued. You all continue to live like a devil. Let us go back to that, whether the control of the love by your family people, by the wife and the children, can stabilize the joint family system and the family tree. That is the only one way now we can escape from this massive big danger. Otherwise, not only India, the whole world will again rupture into another civil war and destruction after destruction. Already the mental destruction happened, the physical destruction to corona, it has happened. Whole world stopped, and if people do not understand, they are doomed to failure. There's no need for any person to come, astrologer to come and tell you there is going to be a danger coming up. I myself is telling we are going to face a massive big danger. Go back to your family. Yes, that, and give the control of love. You first show your love. You show your love. Deep, intimate relationship with your flowers, with your pets, with your trees. And then when you have the love, the leaders will also have the love. Leaders are looking at you. They are your servants. You are still thinking they are your masters. You are still thinking the police are your masters. You forgot that you are the master. You think the judges were the masters. Change that mentality. And then you will see the love blooming in your house. When love blooms, power blooms. When there is power, love in the house, the leaders, the police and the judges and everybody starts throwing love, because love is the only vote they can get to sit on the chair, a permanent chair which is deep rooted, which is not to destroy you, to control you, but to spread the fragrance of that beautiful power which people came. Every one person is a 1,000-man warrior of power, 1,000-man warrior of love, 1,000-man warrior of spirituality. Who can stop you? Go back. Lok Narayan, Jayaprakash Narayan ji said, my interest is not in the capture of power, but in control of the power by the people. This is my 204th short discourse.